I was just saying that I could only imagine that many of you were like, I can't find them. I don't get my notifications. And maybe some of you have even given up. Who knows how many of you will even know
You're like,
that
something happened. They're not there.
The live stream started. Jeannie had a doctor's appointment this morning that went long.
I
Cheryl,
forgot about it.
Your flash frame kit is here. Jeannie was telling me this morning how her, how she's having all these messed up dreams. And then, I think her dream last night was that we'd gotten another dog. So it was a total nightmare.
And I can't remember what her name was, but
Ellie,
we lost her. And I was like, oh, good. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't think that. I was like, we lost her. And then I was like so scared looking for her everywhere. And then we looked out the window and there she was laying in the grass.
Which is about how it would go.
Yeah, she was black and white and so cute. And
I was like, are you saying you want another dog? And Jeannie was like,
no.
No.
And I would never, ever, ever get another Australian Shepherd. If you want to store a dog, don't get an Australian Shepherd. Get a Golden Retriever.
If you're retired and you want your dog to run your life, get an Aussie.
Yes. If you want a child in a fursuit with sharp teeth that can outrun you, then get an Aussie.
If you want a 40-pound fur missile, it's like, fire the missiles! That's like, I don't know why I had to be French when we fired the missiles.
Then get an Aussie.
So what's funny is I got up, so Jeannie tells me this, and then I'm like, I totally had stress dreams last night. And what's funny is I can tell how busy the store is and how busy we are when I start dreaming about work. When my life is so crazy that my brain starts unpacking what happens at work. I always dream about the quilt show when we're in the middle of the quilt show. And so when I got up this morning, the way it's been working a couple times a week is Jeannie gets up and lets the dogs out and then comes back and goes to bed. And then I get up with the dogs an hour later because the dogs get up at 5:40. And so that happened this morning, but I have an hour of peace before Jeannie gets up.
What do you mean that I make it not peaceful?
No, I don't have to do anything for anybody but myself. And then I drink my coffee relaxed and I chill out.
I am not demanding stuff of you.
Well, who would have known that yesterday when you were like, I said to Patrick, get me my coffee, and you go off running.
This morning I didn't say anything and you said, would you like coffee?
Right.
I didn't say anything.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Somebody's sensitive. But I am so I was telling Jeannie that I was having stress dreams. And so this morning I was pondering the quilt show and everything that goes along with it. And do you remember 2 years ago we bought 40 or 45 sewing machines for the quilt show? A month before the quilt show to get ready for the quilt show. But then do you remember we sold them all?
Before or after?
So we were like, don't wait, come and see us before the quilt show. And then literally 3 days before the quilt show, we were stressed out because we had no machines for the quilt show. We got new machines and the quilt show was great and all that stuff. But that was our stress then.
Do you have all our t-shirts? Although, so many more people requested the have a great day and make something awesome that when we ordered extras, that's what we ordered. So we have a ton of those. So if anyone still wants to get a t-shirt, this is mine. This is the extra small. Isn't it beautiful?
They came out awesome.
It's so gorgeous. Thank you, Michelle Gilmartin, for doing such an incredible job. And here's the back of it. So super cute. So if you want to get a t-shirt, we still have t-shirts. I have to mark on there that we don't have the other ones. We have 2, I think, of the other ones in size like medium or something like that. I'll go on and change our numbers. But the t-shirts
Yeah,
are
it was like 80 to 90%
fantastic.
of you. And that's that. So, we've been working late shipping. I don't think we're gonna work late tonight.
We're not.
We
I'm
have,
not staying late
life
tonight.
to
I have to.
manage
I
tonight.
feel like I'm pretty caught up. So there's a couple of things that I'm gonna do this morning, and then a lot of orders are just waiting for things to come in. I did want to let you know, because everyone's been asking, are you going to sell the Kimberbell tool tote? Well, I went on their site last night and it was up. So I put it up on our site. So if you want to pre-order, I have it up for 20% off. It's not cheap, but it looks like so incredible. I want to say, and I think I put it on our promotions page. You know what I think is funny? I put that stuff up and then orders go in. I'm like, oh, you found it. You found it before I even talked about it. But I think I did drop it
All
to
morning this morning, my phone was like,
Cha-ching!
cha-ching,
It goes
cha-ching,
cha-ching when
like
somebody
every
does
time
an
you
order.
do an online order. And
So-
I turned that notification off, and it still does it.
So it's normally $129.99. It's on sale on our site for $103.99. And it is nice. There's like a picture of it like all unfolded, and it looks to me, because honestly I was like, oh, that's kind of pricey. But when I looked at it, I thought, oh, this looks like it is, I don't want to say more like luggage, but it looks
It's
like
more robust.
Yeah, it's really robust with lots of pockets and lots of ways to store your stuff, and it's made.
And it's designed for the Kimberbell tools,
Yeah,
too.
it's
specifically.
purpose made for for the clear blue tiles and for the pop rulers. If you're like, oh, that's not, I don't know if I want to like invest that much. Don't forget, we are doing the zippy bags at the end of the month, and the large size is perfect for the pop rulers. This is just so nice because it's a combo, and you can put all of your stuff in one place and have it all stored together. Yeah, so Lynn says some place to store all the tiles is worth it, and it's beautiful. It's like that beautiful mint. It has that gold hardware, the gray handle. It is really spectacular. I think you're gonna love it. So yeah, it's up there. It is not scheduled to be released until Patrick's birthday. This is designed especially for Patrick Mulligan's birthday, and Kimberbell Day. They are doing it should be called Patrick Day. Patrick / Kimberbell
I gotta
Day.
call Kim.
So it's going to be released on Patrick's birthday, which is the 27th of July. So
Does that
just so you
mean,
know.
like, I get to spend my whole birthday shipping?
Yeah.
I'm like, great, time to make the donuts. So,
Yes, time to make the donuts. So that's up. Not only was that up, I'm going to Graydon's. I started doing it last night. I was like, I'm tired. Graydon's here tomorrow. She's so good at all of this. You know how young people are so good at all of this, and they're just so fast and efficient. They're just
they
born.
have energy, and they're happy.
They have energy and they're happy. So Graydon's, I'm going to have Graydon put up a bunch of stuff. But things that are dropping at Kimberbell are going to be resources. And we'll have everything up so you can check later today. So if you want to wait and do your order out all at once. But just know that when you do an order, like 99.9% of the time, every once in a while, there's an order that sneaks through. Like maybe we put all your stuff together and then an order came in. We look, like we bring up your name, we do a search for all your orders, and
Although
then we try
I
to
can't
put them all
count
together.
the number of times like we've just shipped something, and then like 20 minutes later, we're like, she just did another order.
And we call it C-section. We're like, perform a C-section, except it's reverse C-section because we slice it open.
I call it
put
implantation.
Get ready to perform the implantation.
Scalpel.
So, new things that are out. There are woven tags that are going to go. They're called the Kindness Collection. We'll put it up so you'll be able to see that. I don't know if Kim did this in her. I started watching her. What's New Wednesday? Is that what I started watching that, and then I was running around doing some orders. There's a new needle minder that's going to be a sewing machine, and it's so cute. The Kimberbell tool tote, and then there's also the zipper charms.
I was just reading. Lynn's like, sorry, it probably has been you a number of times.
What?
Lynn's like, oh, I'm sorry with the implantations.
We try to implant if possible. If possible, sometimes the mailman
Sometimes we
came
have
and
to
got it.
reprint the labels and repackage too, but that's fine.
There's a quilty Christmas needle minder, so we'll put that up. Kimberbell has a new rotating cutting mat that's coming out in September. I've not actually seen it or played with it. I still love the Martelli, but we're gonna order these as well, and see how maybe we'll love these even more. So we will have that as well. There's a new embroidery felt pack. I don't know if you guys remember Falling for Autumn, but they had the pumpkin with that fall felt that was so spectacular. So their Christmas felt line is going to have some specialty felt in it, which I always love. So, pictures dropped for Gingerbread Christmas. That's the one-day event. And those, of course, it's adorable. I mean, absolutely. But if you've been waiting
Does
to
it come
see,
with all the lights in the background?
I put pictures up. So it looks like there's a little freestanding house. There's some ornaments. There's a tea towel. Really, really cute. And so that is, I tried to pull the pictures I could, and I added it to that. So if you want to finally see, or you could just do a search, because I'm sure everyone's posting stuff now. But if you want to do a search, it's called Gingerbread Christmas. We're doing it the first day that you can host it, which I think is October 5th. But now you can actually see the pictures, and I think I also posted a picture of what the bonus CD is going to have. So that should all be on the site right now. There is that's a digital download. Yes. So I think that's all I have to talk to you.
I'm gonna talk just for a second about Lynn made a comment about the folks that work here being kind and sweet. And so, and I think that is really the case, and I hope that's the culture that we foster here. So there have been a handful of conversations, part of this has just been based around the significant number of trade-ins that we've had and the significant number of trade-ins that have gone out the door. So I had a conversation with one of the folks that picked up one of the epics, and she had some very kind words, and I've been thinking about it because one of the things that she said with those machines, I can't support those. We can't train you on those machines. We don't know those machines. And I was very clear when people were looking at those used machines that I'm happy to sell them to you. I will work with you to make sure that you get the support that you need, but it's not possible for me to support you when you're outside of the area and when I don't know
even
the
in the
machines.
area we're not.
You get what I'm saying. You get
Yes.
what I'm saying.
No, I think you need to be very clear.
But the thing that she said to me, which I thought was really interesting, is we don't often have advocates. So one of the things that I've been pondering, and I've been having conversations with a lot of other dealers, because the world's becoming more flat. And what I mean by that is as manufacturers go to the internet, and as we start seeing, especially the large mega dealers shipping products everywhere, some of you've had local quilt shops that have closed down. Some of you have local quilt shops that are struggling and may feel like you just don't have that support or the advocates for you. And the reality is, I think we can be that advocate for you. And so we are developing a number of partnerships. We're happy to add one of the largest handy quilter dealers in the country basically is like, yeah, we're excited to work with you. So, once again, like some of these products we have the ability to support completely. Some of the products, we're going to be quite frank, but the reality is you can have an advocate in our shop. Like if it's possible for us to help you, we will help you, even if you're outside of our brand reach. So I totally appreciate those kind words, Lynn, and I totally appreciate the idea. Epic purchaser. I don't like to kind of out people, but I think it's a fantastic idea. And the one thing that I promise you at A1 is we will always work to earn your business. We're never going to assume your business. And I hope you ladies feel that too. I think most of the time it works out. Hey, Jeannie, it's 10. Do we have anything else you want to talk about? Oh, you think about it. One last thing. When you do that, you can see right up your skirt.
I was doing the high kicks.
So I've had a couple of folks ask if we will take deposits on the new machine, on the new brother.
Take your arm off that.
That is something that we are pondering and considering. We did it, and I think we did it actually really successfully with the Luminaire. My only challenge with a deposit situation is that we will I want to have a better understanding of what we're looking at time frame wise.
We're not sure.
Cost wise.
They don't know either, right?
And everything else. Like I'm beginning to hear, and it could be the sewing rumor mill, of which there is a significant one.
Oh yeah.
But I'm beginning to hear things like November.
That's why we haven't scheduled our event.
So I think there's going to be a machine in my hands by September. I can say that with relative certainty. I'm going to see the machine in August, and I hope to be able to promote and show you what the new machine is. But when I really am going to be able to start delivering the machine is probably going to be November or sometime around then. So a couple things and I talked about this earlier in the week. Once we have a much better idea, we will plan our event. And two, once I have a better idea, we will begin to take deposits. And so the one thing I ask from our customers is patience. And no, if we haven't made those announcements yet, it's not that we don't want to do it. It's not that we don't want that business. It's not that we don't want to lock you up and get you into the new machine with a deposit. It's just, I want to make sure you know exactly what you're doing when you do that business with me. And I'm actively working on it too. Next week, I'll go silent for a little bit because we're going to be focused on the quilt show. But the following week, we're going
to be crazy.
The following week and the weeks following that, I will be highly active and nailing down enough information to kind of really start to have those conversations with you. And last but not least, Heather made the comment, you've already been a good advocate for those in need. I will, we'll talk more about it as things become clearer in what we can do. But for those of you that feel locked in, like you have to do something with, even if it's with people that you don't want to do it with, we're going to be providing those alternatives to you through a network and working really closely with other dealers. And, as the industry kind of figures out how it's going to land, we're proactively managing it in a way that I think will make us stronger, make your opportunities through us stronger, etc. So
I don't even know what you just meant by that.
So do you have a price range in mind for the luminaires that get traded in? I mean, the market determines that, Right now, low mileage Luminaire will fetch somewhere between 7 and 9. Like that's what we're seeing. Solaris, seems the price point has seemed to be a little lower. We saw that with the Destinies and the Dream Machines, and I'm not sure exactly why. In our area, part of that may have been we had done so much business with Baby Lock. There were just a huge number of Destinies, but the Dream Machines had a little bit of a premium. So, I think Cheryl, like, and we'll see. It may be that the market gets flooded and those prices drop. But like we had 2 used Solarises. I sold one for 68 and I sold the other for 74. And that was just in the recent market. And quite frankly, the way I structured those deals, like I wanted to move them. So, I think that's going to be that price range and we'll see what happens. But I think that's going to be what you see. If it's a circumstance like it was, like we literally sold, I want to say it was like close to 360 Destinies and Dream Machines used in the first year of the Luminaire. It was a pretty crazy number. And, we watched those prices on the used machines drop from like mid to high 6s, like down into the 4s over that year. And then they went back up as the market adjusted. But I think that's going to be what you see. Any last thoughts, Jeannie?
Nope.
Okay. Onward and upward. Have a great day. Make something awesome, as Jeannie would say. We'll see you tomorrow. Do we have a big plan for a giveaway tomorrow?
Nope.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys.